What's going on, YouTube? It's Emma B. How you doing? I know at first glance you're like, who is that? It's me, Emma B. I just felt like playing with a little bit of color. Also, I am feeling rather transformative today. Um, this is story time. In a way, also a way to enlighten and to explain to you guys what I've been going through, a transition of sorts. Dark Night of the Soul happened for me a couple years ago in a horrible relationship that went from bad to worse. And I held on for dear life, thinking that I can change somebody when I should have actually been trying to change myself. I was in a dead end relationship, dead end job. Um, I complained every day, or I cried every day. If I wasn't crying, I was complaining. If I wasn't complaining, I was crying. So I'm coming to you today feeling quite enlightened. Because when I think about it, it was only a couple years ago. And yet now it feels like decades ago. My former self is my former self that allowed for that. And I take blame. I mean, we only let people treat us how we let them treat us, right? If we allow it, it continues. We're part of the problem. Um, I was holding on tight to ego as well. I wanted things to look a certain way, to be a certain way. I didn't think that I could be alone and happy. I thought that being alone meant I was depressed. I thought being alone meant um, I was weak. And I struggled with that for a long time. And instead of trying to be alone, I held on to somebody who was not only intensifying my aloneness, even when he was around, but treating me horribly, but me allowing it. So, in a way, I felt full circle, right? You feel like shit, someone treats you like shit, you feel you deserve the shit. Started to get into crystals. I started to understand what saging was, purifying baths or clearing baths or cleansing baths. I saw a shaman with a friend a couple of years back, way before that, in Venice Beach here in California. We saw a shaman, and I felt some sort of weird electricity in that room. But it wasn't for me, it was for my friend. I just went along. And I remember just feeling healthy, leaving there feeling some sort of clarity, clean, open. Um, but, not too soon after, you deal with people, you deal with situations, you get bummed out, whatever, and you fill back up with the darkness, the emptiness, and the dark negativity, right? And as an empath myself, that I didn't even understand that's what I was. All these years, I felt it, but I didn't know what it was. So without being able to define it, you don't know what it is. Therefore, you just deal with it, right? It comes down to this. I'm into crystals. I'm Buddhist by religion. But I don't really follow organized religion. I don't believe in organized religion. I respect it. I respect anybody's beliefs. That's your belief. That's your thought. That's your path. I respect it. It's good to always have faith and hope outside of ourselves. But a lot of things in my mind have changed to where I now believe and know that it's within you to make the change. It's within you to manifest. It's within you to choose your path, or rather, listen to the universe, because the universe is always putting up blockades where we get mad, right? That just happened. Why did that happen? It happened for the greater good, but we're so lost in our own minds and in our own thoughts of what we think is right for us, that we constantly get on that hamster wheel, of anger and defeat and thoughts of loneliness and thoughts of I'm not good enough and I didn't get that and I must not deserve that. Mm-mm. The roadblocks and the things that deter us from the things that we want, the things that stop us, the things that impede us, are actually the reasons what we should be navigating through, not our own mindset and our own goals and our what we think is fearlessness to catch something. No, my dear. What you really need to do is let things be. Even to say that, it just feels so comforting. Like they have a saying, let go and let God, right? There's a way to let go and not let anything, just allow. You see, I started thinking in my mind, I talk too much. I don't listen. Or I do listen, but I talk. I give too much information. I give too much advice. I tell people what to do when they ask me. Mm-mm, not doing that anymore. I'll console people. I have a huge heart and I love everybody. I'll console you, but I definitely won't tell you what to do because that's not my place. It's your place to listen to the universe. Go along that path, right? The blockades that happen. Honestly, people are like, oh my God, why did that happen? No, all of that is for your protection. I told somebody today on the phone, the roadblocks are set up to protect you, not to deter you, not to stop you, not to impede you. The roadblocks are to protect you. Rejection is protection. Why didn't he call me back? Why didn't I get that job? Why didn't I get the money I wanted? Why didn't this happen? It didn't happen because it wasn't supposed to. Ego wants us to have it happen, right? We want that. So we're going to go get it. But what if that makes you sick? What if that harms you? What if that kills your family? What if that keeps you distracted over there while your $1 million lottery ticket is over there? I've sat with myself for a long time by myself in my own thoughts. I was angry. I was so angry and I was hurt and I was devastated about how my life has become this day and night, this night and day of work and sleep and work. And I was just existing. I picked up a hobby I thought I could never do. I started having fun being by myself, just the joy of sewing. I could already sew. I could sew holes in socks and buttons. Let me see if I can sew some hair, right? I found so much joy and happiness and just sheer delight in making things that I feel are wearable. I wear them. Nobody detects them. Other people have worn them. They bought them from me. Our life path isn't set up how we want it to be. You can manifest, and that's beautiful because I do that all the time. But the more open you are with your manifestation, just like the more open you are with your prayer, don't pray for that color car. Pray for a vehicle that is safe and gets you from point A to B and sometimes C, right? Because what we want, that exact thing, is not what we is might not be what's right for us. You have to believe that. You have to. The goal in life is to be happy, to rejoice, to be loved, to give love. The more you give, the more you get. I'm a firm believer in that. There's a lot of people that have done me wrong. They might be watching today. Hi, how you doing? Love and light. And I don't mean that like bless you. I mean that like love and light. Catch a ray of sunshine. Be happy. Maybe you won't screw the next person over. I've had money stolen from me from people that I thought loved me for decades. Family members who just refuse to pay me back because I'm a pushover, I guess, in their mind. Or I don't deserve it, or I don't deserve respect. And that's okay. They needed it more than me. Now, I'm not stupid. I won't let them back in my life. But I don't wish them hate. I don't die, tomorrow. I don't wish any of that on anybody. They needed it more than me at the time. They got it. It is what it is. The funny thing is that I get blessed right back. So I don't give to get. I just give because it's necessary. And when it's my time, it'll come too. And you have to believe. You have to have a quiet mind in the midst of chaos. Chaos is just a big burst of wind or whatever that blows everything out of your way that's not for you. You have to see it that way. Chaos is not negative. The stress we have is the stress we put on ourselves. The constant thinking of a way to do it better, a way to do it right, or why isn't this happening the way I want it to happen right now? It's not going to. It's not meant for you. It's not meant for you. It's not going to come your way. It's just that simple. I manifest. I manifest love. I manifest a relationship. I manifest the family, the house, everything I've always wanted that at this age, tender age of, well, in my 40s. I have one son who I adore, but he's an adult. And I did not have this mind state. I didn't have this insight. I didn't have this way of thinking for almost all my life. As a child, I did, which is really weird. I was more enlightened about this type of thing that I'm telling you than as a child than I was as a teenager, and especially as an adult. I lost it somewhere. We all are born with this innate idea and understanding that what will be will be. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And somehow in teenagehood and adulthood, we think we become powerless when things don't bend our way. But it's not for things to bend our way. It's for us to be flexible enough to bend towards what we need at that time that it needs to come by allowing. And I'm sorry this isn't a hair video, even though I am wearing something that you guys haven't seen me wear before, maybe in pictures on Instagram. But I just want to be happy. That's all I want. I don't want to be sad. I don't want to be in a dark space. I don't want to think the worst or prepare for the worst. I don't want to be so careful. I mean, you can be careful, but you know what I mean? I don't want to live my life scared. I want to close my eyes and fall. And where I land is where I land. And I say this with openness. I say this with hope. I say this with optimism. I'm not scared anymore of what's to come because when you put that fear vibration out there, that's the fear you get back. Like, oh my God. Oh. That's exactly it bounces and comes right back. Stop doing that to yourself. If people leave you alone, let them. It wasn't meant to be. and enjoy what it was for what it was and let it go. We get so hung up on being alone. We're born alone, we die alone. We are alone. But that doesn't mean you have to be lonely. Pick up a hobby, sing a song loudly, go somewhere and eat. All these moments of just clarity that come to me in the silliest ways. Working at work, getting, swept up into what I'm doing, and then feeling, some sort of a clarity when your mind goes somewhere else and you're not concentrating on the woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Things start to become so much clearer and they come to you so much quicker. I have not worried about, and I'm going to share this, I have not worried about not having a job after this week. I have had multiple job offers out of nowhere, phone calls just coming my way. People I know, people who I actually adore, who adore me, and offering me up things. The ending of something doesn't mean it's the end of everything. The ending of something means it's time for the next chapter, the next page. It's not an end. The ending of something is not the end of you. Stop taking it to heart. Release. Allow. Allow. That's all. I just wanted to share that. Just a little bit of a longer video than usual. Just wanted to tell you where I was. I felt like sharing. I felt like being colorful. I felt like being happy because I do get locked up in my head sometimes, and it's an unhappiness that I can play with for a long time. And then something will happen, or I'll see a video, or even a commercial, and I'll laugh in that second. You know that what I was thinking about was just to pass the time away. The woulda, coulda, shoulda is just to pass the time away. We do this to ourselves all the time. Stop doing it. It's torture. Stop doing it to yourself. It's torture. Things come our way, the blocks, so that we can go around them. It's all protection. It's all to lead you to the right thing. The road might be windy. It's okay. You might go up. You might go down. You might go sideways. You might go straight. Doesn't matter. It'll get you there where you're supposed to be. You just have to trust it and allow it to happen. Don't push against it. The more you push against it, the farther it becomes. I kid you not. Friday's my last day at my job. I have a trip planned to go see the love of my life. And all these jobs are calling me out the blue. My credit score is high. My credit cards are paid off. I mean, like, I get unemployment because I'm in California. Not to brag, but you just got to allow. This isn't even a forced smile. Like, I'm not forcing this smile. Like, I seriously, I feel so stupid sometimes because I'll realize I'm just smiling. I'm sitting at my desk just smiling. People are probably like, she's insane. A little bit, a little bit. But I have really tapped into a vibration of just pure joy and happiness and allowing and thinking of all the things that are good and what's for my greatest good will come. And what doesn't happen that I wanted to happen wasn't supposed to happen. And it's that's that's all. I just wanted to share that with you. If you're watching this, thank you. If you have any questions, hit me up in the area underneath the description box. If you want to reach out to me, DM me, Emma90301. We can talk. I love to talk. I get very existential. The Creator made us the way we are to learn and to grow for each lifetime. This flesh is just a vessel. Your soul's been here before, mine has. We all have been here before in different ways, and we learn things different ways, and we bump into each other in different ways. But there's some people out there that you've already met, some people out there that you've already known, some people out there that you've already loved. You have to just allow it. That's all. Anyway, I was just sharing. If you want to talk, hit me up, DM me. I love to talk. Um, until then, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I got a little deep, but that's where I go. I could have gone deeper, but I didn't. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll talk to you.